We're live.
Hello, nerds! Happy Tuesday, and welcome to yet another Nanowrimo 2020 write-in. Today we are going to get a few words done, hopefully, answer any questions you might have, and just have a good time, because Nanowrimo is going to be over by this time next week, which is very, very strange.
No.
I can't tell if it's a good strange or a bad strange. Time has just ceased to be, but
Yeah.
I'm feeling okay about it. I'm ready to not be so go, go, go all the time a little bit, but I'm also enjoying it while it's here.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I'm going to probably finish a little early this year, and I'm liking my project still, but also will be excited to take a break and work on something else for a bit.
Fair
Because
enough.
it's a lot in 1 month.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm at like the halfway mark for Nano, so it's kind of just like a let's see how much I finish at this point.
Yep.
Since I'm nanoing rebelliously and going by word count in my revisions, it's entirely possible that if I buckled down and had a good week, then I could still finish it. But if the past informs the future, I'm not going to finish. But I'm very pleased with what I got. And I'm still having fun, so...
I'm nanoing rebelliously, so I got my outline done, and I'm at, I think, 25 pages now of the first few chapters, so
That's really good.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I am also nanoing rebelliously, and I've been doing 10K of a bunch of different stories, and today I'm starting the final one, and I don't have any kind of plan for this, so we're going to see how this goes. I know what I'm doing, but
okay.
Yes, I'm going to do my Portal Fantasy one, but the reason I didn't write that for Nano is because I don't have a plot for it yet. So
the plot for a highly complex ending.
Jen is wondering, how do you count revision works?
For me, I'm counting however many words I am into the book, because I did have to cut about 30K of the book. When I did my read through, I just realized that there was one POV character whose plot wasn't working, and so I gutted the whole thing. And I've been rewriting that, and so I kind of figure that in combination with like the big changes that it's creating in all of the other chapters, I'm just gonna go by word count.
I go by hours, which is totally unscientific way of translating it, but it works.
That's why it's called nanoing rebelliously.
Yes, we make our own rules. Love to hear from all of you on how you're doing. Saw someone saying they're not ready for this to be over, which I kind of get as well, but I don't know.
I'm not ready for Nano to be over, but I am ready for 2020 to be over. So,
yes.
Speaking of which, that kind of slightly inspired my theme for tonight, which is going to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because there is none of it in 2020 and I miss it very much. So if you guys are good to jump into our first sprint at the 5, we'll just go for it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, our first prompt is going to be Ragnarok. Your characters think they've managed to avoid disaster, but it turns out to be a false victory.
Yes.
Bonus points if you can add some like Ragnarok level snark into your book.
Kyra's like already done, man. I'm there.
No, that actually fits pretty well. I looked at the prompts that Kelly has planned, and they're actually pretty perfect for what I'm writing tonight. So
I was trying to think about like the point in everyone's books that you'd be at if you're actually following the rules and are in that like last 10K or so final battle lead up type spot. So kind of what
I'm very much in the everything's about to hit the fan stage. So
the most exciting part. All right, so we are going to start now and check back in 10 minutes. Go, go, go. And time.
How long was that?
10 minutes.
Oh.
Let's see.
Our next sprint will be a longer one. Just trying to do some variety in our sprint lengths tonight.
I must have zoned out because that startled me so much.
I got 274.
Got 480. I was ready to hit the ground running.
No kidding. I got 245 and I don't hate it and
Yay!
kind of know where I'm going. So feeling pretty good.
Don't hate it.
119. But I like the paragraph.
We have some word count in the comments. So 146 for the Shadow Slayer, Can R 436. The Bird of Inferno, that's a fantastic name, 342. That's a fantastic name. Joy got around 280-ish, so lots of, like, for a really quick warm-up sprint, lots of really good word counts.
Yeah, I started with a quick warm up because it usually takes me a while to like get organized, and I never really feel like that first sprint is valuable. But apparently, other people managed to do quite a bit with it.
Yeah.
Actually, I did better than I thought I would. I honestly thought I was going to end up with like I wrote chapter 1, and that was all I was going to have. So it went better than that. If you have any questions about Nano or writing or bookish things, absolutely let us know, and we will answer those between sprints. Otherwise, we'll jump back in a few minutes.
I was like productive procrastinating, working on writing earlier this week, like yesterday, and ended up writing a query letter for this book, and it is very messy, and it is what was open when we started this write-in. So I had to resist all temptations to just work on that.
That's still a better form of procrastination than what I did today for several hours, which was literally just listen to weird animal noises on YouTube. So
I don't know what you mean. That sounds fantastic.
like creepy animal noises, you know, foxes that scream like women and stuff. I was like, I need a creepy voice, like a creepy sound, but I don't know like how to describe it. So I just fell into this rabbit hole of like creepy animal noises out in the woods for hours.
Sounds like an exciting day.
Yeah. Got nothing.
I hope your neighbors could like get snippets of it all.
It was headphones, because otherwise it would have been real bad. Llama's scream too. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Oh, like the Taylor Swift edit. Do you remember that one?
I never saw that one.
Where it takes a song and it's like, now I'm lying on the cold hard ground, and then a llama screams.
I think it's a goat.
Or is it a goat? You're right, it's a goat.
Goats scream in really, really weird ways too. I've been through the
I
whole
like
gambit.
The comments are just now full of all the weird animals that make sounds like screaming.
Let us know the weirdest animal scream you've ever heard.
Lindsay Laponza says we've all been there, and I have not.
Not in that specific area of research. Lindsay Ewing says, what did you find? The most disturbing one I found was foxes. They sound remarkably like people being murdered, which is very, very disturbing.
Well,
on that note,
we want to just jump into the next one, or
we do have a couple questions. Do we want to just
let's do one.
Do them or say them? Okay. One of them I think is pretty quick. Someone asked, have you printed y'all's books at Office Max? I am printing my book soon. I have not really ever printed a full manuscript. I know Megan does. I think Erin, you print.
I do sometimes. Yeah. I have like an Office Depot place where they'll actually, sorry, my child is screaming in the background. They'll actually print it off for you and then like not laminate it. They like make a book.
Find it.
Yeah, thank you. My brain is like, words? No, sorry, none for you.
Only animal screams.
only goat screams and fox cackles. Yeah, so Staples will do it too. AV was saying, yeah. They'll actually make it into a book for you. I've only done that once, but I really liked it.
Yeah, I used to print every single book that I write because I liked doing a read through that way, and I like that you can write in the margins. But since I started writing in Google Docs, I've been printing a little bit less because I tend to leave comments in Google Docs as I'm working, and then I can have it with me anywhere. But I do think that it gives you like a different perspective seeing it physically in your hands.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing to do if you're kind of in like a stage of revisions where you need fresh eyes.
Yeah. For sure.
I've always wanted to try it, but I never feel like I have a draft that's at the right stage, or like it's all at that stage kind of thing of like it's all, I don't know. I like having a physical copy, but I work so much better digitally when I can move things around and just change stuff.
The main time I do the physical copy is when it's been sitting for a while and I'm going to edit it for the first time. I love my like actual read through for the first time to be paper if I can. So
I'm tempted to do it like next time I want to line edit something.
See, that I can't do because that drives me nuts. I can't line edit on paper because I want to change it immediately. Like I don't want to write in the margins, be like, because I do so many line edits. That would frustrate me.
Okay, and then do we just want to answer the other question and go at the 25? I'm sorry if you can hear people moving furniture above me.
It's the ghosts.
It's my mom, but that's okay.
We go with ghosts.
Yes, it's the ghosts and or screaming goats. Oh no, now I lost. Oh, what do you do when it's hard to think outside the box? My imagination is so dry. I think for me, I like to. I think for me, I like to like think of like what's the most obvious answer, and then like what's the complete opposite of that. Which doesn't always work, but for me, that's a good starting. So like if I'm developing a character and I'm like, well, what would be like the most obvious personality type for this character? So like when Megan and I were like doing some world building, we were like, we had to have this like this character who was like the sort of demigod of love. And we're like, oh, what would this person be like? And then decided that I can't remember what we came up with, but we're like, okay, what's kind of the opposite of that? So we ended up with like this big, like burly guy who,
like Johnny Bravo, basically.
Yeah, exactly like that. So I don't know, trying to like just start with like the idea that's least original and then like go like, what's the opposite of that? Sometimes works for me.
Yeah, I second what Megan said too about, well, not the screaming at my friends part, but the like, yeah, exactly.
That
like
kind of screaming.
The help, I need help. Yeah, we often have writers group, and that's when I'll be like, I don't know what to do. Someone be smarter than me. And like having brainstorm sessions with fellow writers is just like incredibly valuable.
Yeah, and before I was super close with all of the word nerds and like all of my writing friends, I would just talk to my husband. I'd be like, okay, I need you to listen and I am going to say my plot to you. And you can ask questions if you want, but like the primary thing is that I need to say it. And walking through all the steps of my plot, being like, okay, so then this is going to happen and then this is going to happen. And talking through it like that almost always helped me come up with, oh, well, what about this thing? Oh, what about, could I bring this in? And it helps to get out of your head quite so much because so much of it is happening silently that when you take a step back and you try and describe it to someone else, you can see interesting things or things that you've forgotten about and stuff.
Alrighty, it is time to get ready for our next sprint, which is going to be a half hour. This prompt is going to be endgame. We've reached the point of no return in your story when your characters make a final choice that puts them on a path towards the climax. So it's not necessarily the climax, but this is where their fates are kind of sealed, at least that they're getting to the interesting point of the book, whether they like it or not.
I love
So
it.
this will go from the 25 to the 55. Good luck. And time. How'd that go for everyone?
288.
I hit my stride. I got 1,400.
Dang.
Ooh.
Woo!
I hit the like big explosion moment, so it was just it came pretty quick. Yeah.
Amazing.
Chaos reigns.
Is this your family dinner scene, or did you move beyond that?
It's beyond that. It's a wedding / birthday party that's going up in flames real quick.
Yes.
Yes, it's very
More
dramatic.
drama.
There's many people yelling at each other.
I
Excellent.
got 499. I have a
Ooh,
hard
nice.
time concentrating during those long ones. I had to stop and make some tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they work better for me during the day. This time, like, I really struggled, and then I got to write like 300 words about my character's houseplant, and that was pretty fun.
I literally described a room for my for a half an hour. So cool.
I noticed that before we started, Misty Kate made a comment about needing that writer's group atmosphere, and it reminded me that I saw Maggie Stiefvater post on her Instagram about how she's like rebooting her critique partner matchup forum. So I'm going to put a link to that in the discussion section right now. You could do like a listing of, this is the kind of writing friend I'm looking for. This is what I write. This is a book that I liked a lot recently. It's extremely active right now because she just posted about it. So if you don't have any writing friends, that might be a good place to find some people, maybe make some new friends. And of course, in the discussion section here as well, everyone is so nice. It's amazing. But I did put that link in the discussion section as well for the critique partner matchup.
Seriously, seeing how nice our comment section is always just like makes my heart so happy.
Yeah. Beta read for each other because you guys are all awesome.
Although the other thing I always see in the comments right as we go live, when I'm like, oh, should I say something? Or just like, I never end up wanting to interrupt things once we started, but people jumping in and wondering how long the sprints are. We started putting it in the ticker down below that, like in the video, so you can see it. Because like, it's definitely a very valid question if you're not coming in when we've actually explained everything or you're mid-sprint, but it's there so that we can stay quiet and keep writing. But usually there's people in the comments there as well to help be like, oh, it's this long.
Shout out to Deborah, who's late but here and hit 50,000 last night. Yay!
Ooh.
Nice. Yay.
Gotta hang on to what that's gonna feel like. Just keep going.
So you have 10,000 left? Is that like right on track or is that a little ahead? Nice.
I think I'm a day ahead. which is good because I'm hoping to finish a date.
I'm listening to an audiobook right now, and if I finish it before Emma finishes her next book, for the first time since we were children, I will have read equally as many books as Emma in a year. And I'm very excited. And she doesn't know that we're having this competition right now, but we are. If she was here tonight, she would know. I don't want her to know.
Notified.
Well,
Emma
hasn't even done anything this year, so like she's had a very
she definitely hasn't
like not busy.
Gotten a master's degree, had a baby,
sitting around,
become a real librarian. That's why I was like, this is probably my only chance to ever read as many books. She's never gonna have this many life things happen in 1 year again.
Hysteric Blue 17 wants to know how many books if you want to make it a competition with everyone.
With everyone, it's 36 books. I'm about to read my 37th. I would have been caught up, but she finished The Haunting of Hill House last week. So, but I'm listening to Clown in a Cornfield right now, and I'm like halfway through it, and it's very fun.
Is it? It's like terrifying. It sounds.
I don't get super scared by books anymore, but I could see how it would be considered scary. But it's very fun, like very teen slasher feely.
Fun.
Yeah.
So fun.
I'm quite
fun like in theater.
Fun.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm having a great time.
Audiobooks scarier than physical books or no?
Not really, because I listen to them pretty fast.
That's true.
It's really hard to be ominous when you're talking like a hamster.
Oh my gosh. I don't understand people that
it's just like because I'll listen to them for hours on end while I work. And the longer you listen, the more your brain adjusts and it starts to feel like they're speaking slowly. And so then I'm like, I'll just bump it up a little. Okay. Oh, and then I'll turn it on the next day and be like, whoa.
I have a friend that listens to all of our YouTube videos on like triple speed, and I'm like,
I don't like it when they're doing it.
One of my like life accomplishments that I speak fast enough for your friend.
Yes,
except Kelly. Yeah,
everyone else thinks I talk
the
too
only
fast.
one that doesn't get the triple time treatment. She like keep up the good work.
Do we have any other questions before we jump into our final sprint of the night?
Ooh, let us know how many books you've read for the year if you want. We've got people sharing that, and that's always fun to see.
I've read a few.
Yeah, Kyra's read so many books this year. I'm never going to read as many books as Kyra in a year.
A lot of mine are audiobooks.
Yeah.
I listen to audiobooks. I live by myself, so like time I'm doing anything that doesn't require active attention. When I'm getting ready in the morning, when I'm making dinner, when I'm eating dinner.
I want to get in that habit. It just never seems to work out for me. Oh, someone else just finished Hill House as well.
Yay. I love that book.
All right.
I read that book for the first time. It was a library copy that they'd had it in the library since like the 1960s. And so it was very old and still had like the stamp card in the back and stuff with all of these stamps. It was very cool.
I remember those stamp cards.
Right? I hope that someday I have a book in a library for that long. Because like, wow. All right, so we will jump into our last sprint at the 5. This one will be a 15-minute sprint, and our prompt is homecoming. A character returns to a place that feels like home as a way to remember what they're fighting for. I still haven't seen that movie.
Oh, really? It's a good one.
Yeah.
You should have a viewing party. I'll watch it with you.
As I was like trying to come up with the big hope for the future thing that is pulling me forward for future MCUs was like falling into the will all of the like other past Spider-Man turn up in the next Spider-Man movie because it's all I want. I think it would be the coolest thing ever.
That would be so cool.
Making the past versions of the franchise part of the official franchise. It's just smart. It'd be so cool.
Does the next Spider-Verse movie come out next year, or is it 2022?
I don't know anymore.
It was delayed. I don't know.
I'm
Time's
really
not real.
excited for that one.
Someone is reminding in the comments to not forget to thumbs up. So,
Oh yeah,
you
guys are doing your jobs better than we are. Please like and subscribe if you like this video and want to be subscribed to our content.
We're gonna try to keep up all this writing energy. Probably not in December, but back in January, and making 2021 an excellent writing year.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're still here for part of December. Just the energy level will be lower.
Yeah, and we will be going on hiatus in December like we normally do. Come up with many, many plans for the new year.
All right, it is go time. We will check back in 15 minutes. Happy writing. And time. How'd that go?
Pretty well.
I switched to my blurb, which is less fun.
I got about 350.
Nice.
Very nice. I think I got about the same. I'm not feeling super fantastic about any of it,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
I'm looking forward to being done with this draft because then I can read through it. Right now it feels just like so deeply into it that I cannot tell if everything I'm doing is garbage.
Love that feeling.
Right? Lindsay said my brain is fried, and same.
Can relate. Yeah.
It's the sign of a good write-in.
I saw that when I was writing about my character, planning for like takeout on days when her brain wouldn't turn on. I'm like, this is
Yes.
where I'm at now. Just like,
The Bird of Did you see the Bird of Inferno?
Lots of
said
great word counts.
836 words, and I won about 200 words over 50K. Yay!
Yay.
yay! Oh, that's incredible. I love that we can like
Yeah.
do that together.
Cheer
There's
for each
people
other.
winning here, and we're kind of, Nano's so nice compared to like a lot of us write year round, but
That's true.
Nano's special. Before Megan jumped in and kind of covered what our hiatus in December were looking like, I just went back and took a peek at what our live chats are going to be after November, in case anyone's curious. Our first one's going to be a Nano wrap-up / what's next.
Yeah.
We gotta call it a party. And then on December 13th, we have our final book club of the year, which is The Downstairs Girl. And then we will, I think maybe that's it actually.
We're ending on
I read the game night one after. Yeah. Feels weird not wrapping up on a party, but we deliberately tried to change things.
Yeah, because usually we end the year on a party and then we start the year on a party and we say the same things in both chats. And then we do the book club right after Nano ends and people come and they're like, but what about Nano? We finished it. So we're like, well, we'll just end on the book club this year. Party like normal come January.
Yes.
Ellie said, oh, I loved The Downstairs Girl. Yay! I still have to read it.
Same.
It was very good. Recommended.
I'm very excited. My library just always has that one available for some reason. So like every time I go in, it's on this list of like always available ebooks.
Nice.
Hmm.
So
It's just different ebook licenses or something.
yeah, I don't know.
And I feel like Emma's already read this one, so this could also
Yeah,
be an
Emma's
advantage
read
for
it.
you. So she's not going to be power reading that and trying to get ahead in the next couple weeks.
All according to plan.
Is there anything else we wanted to cover before we wrap up?
Oh, our next virtual write-in is Thursday. I just put a link to it in the discussion section.
Yes.
It's at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I will not be there. I will be feasting.
Oh yeah, that's the American Thanksgiving one, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
We'll all be Canadians.
No, it's actually
Well,
Des
Des-
is hosting it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I wonder if, like, I'm not 100% sure anyone's going to be able to be there, just because I thought I might have plans. I'm not sure anymore. But she said, yeah, she wants to do it, get some Thanksgiving writing done.
Right.
For anyone who usually falls behind on that particular holiday, it might be a good one to jump into for if schedules permit. Or anyone stuck at home and not seeing family for pandemic-y reasons. A nice way to not spend it all by yourself.
True.
Yeah. I'm doing Zoom Thanksgiving, which is going to be a great time. Just
At least you
watching other
can
people eat.
like mute annoying relatives, right? Like,
well, it's just my like immediate extended family.
oh,
My siblings, and I like all them. My mom, you know.
okay. I would love to mute some of my extended relatives, extended family.
If it was a big family and like only you, Aaron, had muted random uncle who says racist things and everyone else can still hear what he's saying, it probably gets confusing. So
No, it sounds great to me, honestly. Oh, Uncle Bob, I don't know what he said. You don't have to hear it.
Alrighty, well, yes.
So
I guess that's our last one. Last Sunday one. Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe for all of these things and more. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.